thing. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Watch Dogs 3, also known as Watch Dogs Legion. Just like the last game, you're a radical hacker destroying society in order to show the common person how their data is being stolen. However, unlike the previous games, this one's especially good and set in London. That's right, that means there is 90% more tea in this game than the previous Watch Dogs, making this game 1000% better than all previous entries. But what are we doing here today in Watch Dogs Legion? Well, we're here to ask the question, are you tired of being poor? How would you like to not be poor? Wouldn't you love to just have infinite money? So naturally today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing off how to generate infinite money in Watch Dogs Legion by completely and utterly decimating the balance of the game and using exploits, because who doesn't love exploiting gameplay mechanics to get infinite money exceedingly quickly? You can do it from right at the start of the game, and it's going to completely destroy the balance. And instead of having to wait for handouts via the Ubisoft Connect Club, no, you can just exploit the game systems in order to generate more money than you will ever be able to spend. But naturally, do this nice and quickly, and get your friends to do it as well, because if there's one thing you should know about a developer who makes a game where you roleplay hackers and exploiters, it's that they absolutely hate hackers and exploiters, meaning you've got to pull this bad boy off and get your infinite cash before EA comes along and slaps you on the wrist for not buying enough DLC. So let's throw ourselves into a brand new game. Oh, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I mean, this exploit works on basically all difficulties. It doesn't make a difference. Difficulty is just how likely you are to die, not really how much money you're going to make. Now, of course, if you sat there and you've never played Watch Dogs before, don't worry. I've played the last two Watch Dogs games, and I was actually one of probably the 5 people who played both of them who enjoyed them for what they are. The first game was a great experience where you played a massive psychopath who was meant to be this kind of deadbeat guy, but who was also for some reason a god of combat, who had the ability to take on kind of the entire US military and win. The second Watch Dogs had a little bit more of a focus on non-lethal play, whereas this Watch Dogs, because it's set in England, doesn't particularly have many guns. This is great because it's actually much more realistic to London. There's just one downside. It means that as soon as you get your hands on big heavy weaponry in this game, like for example the grenade launcher, you've become ridiculously overpowered. Yes, the game was not balanced for grenade launchers. Welcome to Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never been here, it's absolutely lovely. Truly a lovely centre point of British democracy. There just so happens to be a massive bomb in it currently, which is a little bit of a shame because something tells me that might not be necessarily positive for us lovely sausages living in Britain. I mean, generally, kind of events of massive terrorism like this usually disrupt my Yorkshire tea drinking schedule, and if there's one thing that these people should know, the last thing you want to do is stop the spiffing Brit from gaining access to his cups of tea in the morning. Nope, that's enough for him to destroy the entire economy by manipulating finances to the point where he becomes so rich that inflation is no longer able to be calculated. Alright, lovely. We're now in the shooty section, which is great because I play CSGO, so these lovely console designed games are pretty damn easy. Now, if you don't know what British Parliament actually is, it's basically where people of lots of different opinions go to sit down, have a cup of tea, and occasionally argue about what kind of tea is best. This is generally the cornerstone and basis for the entire democracy of the country, and as you can tell at the moment, it's going absolutely swimmingly. Oh, great, lovely. The big bad guy has just blown up lovely various parts of London, including a lovely train station, probably a few primary schools, I don't know. Now, sadly, Dalton, the guy we were playing, has just been mowed down and probably killed, and London is ablaze in a fiery inferno. But don't worry, because Yorkshire tea comes from Yorkshire, not London, meaning everything is okay. Now, of course, here we get to pick our first operative. None of these operatives are actually great for what we have planned. If you really wanted to start off with the perfect operative, you want an operative who's someone like a banker, because they have quite a high chance to generate more money doing any action. Instead, I'm going to pick Anna Taylor here, who's a cashier banned for life from London Zoo, who owns an MP5 full auto SMG. They will be absolutely perfect. Now, technically, there are a few things you'll really want to kind of pull off this exploit. You don't actually need any of the gadgets, but it can be useful to have the deep profiler, for the sole reason that this is going to allow you to find people to recruit who will be way better at pulling off this money-making exploit than a regular boring default character. But as our character is technically brand new, we're just going to get the garbage infiltrator spider bot. Now, of course, as much as I'd like to wear all of these awesome fancy outfits like this 9000 ETO suit, we just don't have the money. Heck, we just don't even have the money for shoes. We're so exceedingly poor, we can't buy glasses, we can't buy bags, we can hardly afford any facewear. As everyone knows, it's very important to be able to afford a mask right now. We're actually in a perfect spot to start pulling off our lovely exploits. We're going to be making our way over to a certain very important side of the map, and luckily for us it's not too far away. It is literally just around the corner. Now, as you know, I love perfectly balancing games, and especially EA games where there's a massive focus on buying cosmetics or just items with your limited set of money, because EA's done this great thing where it's encouraging players to sign up for its online email bombardment, and in doing so you get 1,000 currency to spend on, I don't know, goodies or something. Well, goodness, who parked that car there? But instead of doing that, I'm going to be giving you the perfect way to generate stupid amounts of money without having to be bombarded every time a new FIFA game releases. Now here we go. Here's the point which we've been trying to get to. This here is the Winter Lion. Why are we here at the Winter Lion? Well, it's a very special pub because it has a safe, and safes are brilliant because they're full of money. Who doesn't love a safe full of money? We love safes full of money. Now there's a safe full of money just there in the corner, but before you actually go and pick it up, we want to make this an infinite money exploit, ladies and gentlemen, rather than just a small limited quantity of funds exploit. No, that's hardly what we're looking for. Now here we go. We found the person we're looking for. This here is Brendan Chan. Brendan Chan is an accountant, so before we pull off this money-making exploit, we're going to want to recruit him because he's a skilled investor, ladies and gentlemen, which means he earns more ETO. So let's talk to him. Now, lovely Brendan here has given us a mission. This mission is pretty simple. We have to go and work out why on earth he lost his job, and then if we can do that, he's going to join our lovely team, and we want him on our team because he makes way more money than anyone else. Because if we were to rob that safe over there regularly, we'd be making, I don't know, around about 500 ETO or maybe 40 ETO. But anyway, he's given us a brand new mission, so we're going to go over and track it down. It's 2 kilometers away, Brendan, my friend, but it's okay, we'll make it. So yeah, we're crawling through Brendan's former employers, basically, and we're going to try and make our way into here. Now, this place is absolutely filled to the brim with high-tech security, which will probably murder us instantaneously. I mean, none of this looks particularly fun to fight. Luckily, we have a little tiny spider bot, which should do quite fantastically. Okay, now we have set off the alarm, which is going to drive people insane, but luckily all we need to do is just stand nearby, download the various data, and then just leave. Luckily, the AI isn't very intelligent, so we should be fine. There we go, we've stolen the data, and now it's time for us just to leave in a robbed police vehicle. There we go. Alright, so we've discovered that Brendan was put out of job by an AI, and now what we're going to do is go and destroy the brand new piece of cutting-edge technology which was meant to make all work a little bit more efficient. However, it did put Brendan out of the job, and Brendan is going to make me a multi-billionaire. So consequently, we're going to be willing to just about murder anyone and everything in order to get this man on our side. As long as we don't accidentally run over Brendan's long-lost aunt in the process, I think we should be okay. Alright, I've found the lovely AI which is going to save millions of lives, but naturally, I'm going to just have to quickly murder that guard, and now all I need to do is steal this lovely police boat. Perfect, now we're just out of here. Great, and let's go pick up Brendan, our latest addition to the force. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a fantastical offer. For the first 5,000 people to like this video, they'll receive their very own Spiff coin. That's right, what is a Spiff coin? Well, it's exactly the same as a Watchdog coin. It's a rare premium currency that hardly anyone has access to. You might be asking, is it important? Does it have any value? And the answer is, it has as much value as a Watchdog's coin, meaning absolutely nothing. But you wouldn't like to miss out on the opportunity to get your very own Spiff coin? That's right. Anyway, back into the video. I've got to try and upset Ubisoft as much as possible, and don't worry, it's very easy to do. There we go, recruitment complete. Brendan Chan has now joined the squad, which means I'm pretty sure we can just straight away play as him. There we go, let's just press G and swap to him. He has a lovely personal vehicle. He has a non-lethal gun, that's fine. We have the operative with the gun, so that's all that matters. And now we get to play as him, and when we play as him, we're going to be making stupid amounts of money, as it's time to pull off the unlimited money exploit in Watch Dogs Legion. Now the thing is, this exploit is pretty unique, and there are various types of exploits in this game in order to theoretically make unlimited money, but there are ways which are technically farms, and there are ways which are technically exploits. Now, one way which is currently circulating around the internet to make lots of money is to go to one of the various bridges, stand on top of a vehicle, find any local drone, and then just hack the drone and steal its cargo. This usually gets you about 40 CTO per little cargo box, a little bit more if you're playing a character who's a skilled investor, and to some people that's worthwhile. To me, that's just regular farming, not actually really worth my time or money. No, instead we want to exploit. Now, exploiting is worth your time and money because an exploit makes a lot more money than just a regular farm, which actually involves putting in time and effort and maybe even to some extent playing the game. No, that would be illegal if you're me. We're never going to play the game. So once again, we're just going to scoot scoot back on over to the lovely pub right here and get started with our lovely little exploit. My goodness, I must say I love Brendan's coat. Surprisingly, his jacket hasn't ripped off in the wind. Oh my goodness, a motorcyclist just died as his motorbike appears to be driving itself. Are you okay, motorcyclist? All right, I'm gonna get on top of that motorbike which is driving itself because this just looks fantastic. What a great vehicle. Let's ride it. Oh, it actually works when I'm on it. Okay, just not for anyone else. Great. Oh, perfect. We've made our way over to the pub and we're in a great spot to start pulling off some lovely exploits. So what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is stand at the pub and just simply walk around in between these two little places here. Don't worry, you just want to kind of like load in the interior of the pub without actually going inside the pub. And then what you're going to want to do is stand here. And we're going to do something very important. We're going to actually just close down the game, because by closing down the game, we're going to cause the game to reload in a very unique pattern which is going to break it. So what we're going to do, quit to the main menu. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes, I'm very sure. And then what we're going to do is actually not just quit the game, but actually fully close it down. If you're on Xbox or PS4, you can press a certain set of keys to actually just completely close it down. In my case, I'm going to be using Task Manager to just instantly force close it. So what you want to do is basically force a close of the game. Don't go back to the main menu, just force close it in any way you can. Now, once you've closed down the game, all you want to do is load it back up again. All we have to do is basically just wait for the game to reload itself up. It's all fine, don't worry, it's just doing its all important synchronization and loady kind of things. And once you've loaded in, simply go into your campaign and continue your campaign. Basically just load from where you previously were, and this is going to load us into the exact spot where we were standing in between the pub. If you don't load into that spot, something's gone wrong and you're going to basically need to restart this exploit. Oh, Beans decided to spawn me next to the fast travel location, not at the pub, which is fine. It just means we need to go back and effectively repeat this process yet again. I'll be back with you in a moment once we get to the pub. Right, now welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've perfected the exploit a little bit, and I've also done a few more of the tutorial missions just to, you know, really get the game going a bit. But basically what you want to do is find yourself near any pub in this game. I mean, it's London. There's pubs literally everywhere. I mean, they are slowly dying to the ever-increasant hive mind that is Pret a Manger, but there are still a lot of pubs. Now, pubs are great sources of alcohol, but most importantly, in this game, pubs are a great source of making money. Now, normally a pub in London is a fantastic way to lose money very quickly on expensive pints and gins, but no, in this game, pubs are an endless source of money because they have very nice laden safes with lots of cash. Now, all we need to do is kill ourselves in front of this pub. Now, that's surprisingly pretty easy to do because this is a future world where getting run over is very easy. Now, all we're going to do is stand near the pub and then get this lovely taxi here to drive over us. It's pretty easy to pull off. There we go. We're almost dead now. That's great. Then we can just run in front of this other taxi and get it to run us over. There we go. All we need to do is die, really. So that shouldn't be too difficult. This taxi also looks like it can run us over, so let's just run into it. And there we go. We've died. Perfect. Now, all we want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is let our character be dead. That's absolutely perfect. And then instead of actually reviving our lovely character, all we're going to do is quite simply close down the game. That's right. We're going to hit exit and then just end task. You can use Alt F4 if you're on PlayStation. You can do whatever you like. But anyway, we're just going to end the game physically. There we go. We're bam. Watch Dogs Legion closed down very abruptly. And now all we're going to do is launch it. Right now, perfect. What we're going to do is just simply log in again, load up the game, hit continue. Perfect stuff. And we should spawn either inside or around the pub where we just had ourselves murdered. I say murdered. It was more of a self-murder, really. Now, rather annoyingly, the game has decided to spawn us not next to the pub and instead completely somewhere else, but that's fine. This does have a habit of happening because the game likes to try and flesh out your characters, but I have no intention of doing that, so instead we're going to have to fast travel to the nearest pub. Once again, don't worry, it's the UK. Pubs are everywhere. So we're going to fast travel over to Camden Town, where there is the Earl's Fortune pub, where once again we will have ourselves murdered. Honestly, the things you have to do for infinite money, well, I mean, I make it out like it's difficult. It's really not. And the best thing is, once you have infinite money, you've actually saved yourself a lot of money, because for some reason in the in-game store you can actually spend money trying to get the lovely CTO currency. Anyway, we're just going to have ourselves murdered again, this time by the Matterhorn delivery truck. That's great. And then we're just going to step out in front of this taxi, which is also going to run us over. And there we go. We've just died. That's great. Now we're going to reload here, but whilst the game's trying to reload, we're actually just going to close down the game forcefully so that it can't fully load our character in. And then we're just going to hit play again on the game. Oh, and perfect. We've spawned really close to the pub here, which is lovely. Now, there is a chance that this exploit hasn't quite fully worked, because sometimes you have to actually progress in the game a little bit further to actually pull off this exploit. But because I've reloaded the game, came at such an opportune moment, I'm pretty sure we've managed to pull it off. So now what we do is we come inside of the pub. Here's the lovely safe here in the corner. Now we will get a little pop-up which is to unlock the safe. Now unlocking the safe gives us cash, but you can only do it once basically per pub. I think then you might have to go to sleep, wait a few days, maybe do a few missions, then you can come back and actually hack it again. But the pub safes are one of the greatest sources of cash in this game beyond missions, but the issue is missions take time, effort and resources. Pubs just require you to die outside, walk up to a safe, press unlock, and then wabam, we suddenly secure ourselves 968 ETO. Now sadly the exploit hasn't fully worked and the safe is now permanently unlocked, so what that means is I need to actually go and progress further into the game, but if the exploit works correctly, that safe just keeps on spewing out money. Now I'm gonna have to do a few more main missions. The mission which we basically need to get up to and do is the reporting for duty mission. After that we can start our lovely exploit, so I'll be back in a little bit once I've progressed a bit more with the game. Right, I've finally progressed through the game to finish the basic tutorial kind of recruiting mission. After that you're basically set up and told go do whatever you like, so naturally we've made our way over to the Earl's Fortune just outside the lovely train station down here in Camden. Once again we want to stand outside the lovely pub and get ourselves killed by hopefully a nice car. There we go, that was pretty good, that almost murdered us. Let's walk in front of this taxi that can once again crush us into the back of that ambulance. There we go, perfect. Now I guess we can stand in front of this car and also get run over. There we go, lovely. This vehicle can also run us over. Great stuff, perfect stuff, lots of damage had there. And we can stand in front of this vehicle, get it to go backwards. Oh, even more damage, perfect. Now what's happened here is we've critically died, so what we're going to do is swap our operatives on over. Now this option is only available once an operative here is injured, and now that he's injured, perfect, great stuff. Now the game wants us to select a new operative, but we're not going to do that. Instead we're quite simply going to close on down the game. That's right, we're going straight into Task Manager, closing down Watch Dogs Legion. Wabam, it's as easy as that, and then we're going to start the game back on up over again. So we just continue where we are, and the game will do something rather interesting. It's going to load the last character we have active, and it's going to load them locally around the area where they died. So it could be inside the pub, could be a little bit outside the pub, but the point is that it will reload that entire cell of the map. What's quite interesting is that by doing this and by forcefully closing down the game instead of letting the game kind of naturally save, we end up in a unique situation where the game doesn't load correctly. So here we go, we've loaded into the game. We are actually playing a slightly different character, which is rather interesting, but we should still be able to walk into the pub, and here is our lovely safe here in the corner. As we found a lovely safe here in the corner, now what we're going to do is unlock the safe and generate a nice bit of cash. Should be quite good. There we go, we gain 1,143 ETO. Now what's rather interesting is a safe which we're only allowed to hack once can now be hacked again, and that's another 1,000, and then again. Oh no, game. Oh no. You see, for some reason inside of this safe has been stored the means to cause so much hyperinflation by devaluing the in-game currency that the game is now completely and utterly broken. Oh, and a person just fell through the wall there. As you can see, this game is working perfectly as intended. Now, why on earth would we want ETO? Well, we mostly want it because it's going to save us a lot of money. If you want to buy yourself ETO, by all means, go into the in-game store. Do you want to know how much it costs to get like 30,000 ETO? It's like 30 real-world pounds. Why do that when instead you can have one of your characters ran over in front of a pub, restart your game, and then simply open a chest over and over again for unlimited money? Honestly, of all the ways I've seen games have broken unlimited money sources, this is just not the way that I saw it happening, my goodness. Right, now we're just going to keep on scamming this lovely pub. For some reason, the owners of the pub don't actually mind that I'm standing by their safe, and I just keep withdrawing any and all money that they have on the inside. Don't even know what I'm pulling out of this safe. Like, my character just isn't even touching the panel. They just kind of reach their hand in and wabam, that's almost $1,000. Now, if you really want to not actually play the game at this point, what you can do is set up a little auto hotkey script. Just simply press the E key on your keyboard, as all you need to do is tap it and then the money comes out. Now, how much money have we made so far? Well, if I check my savings, I have 40,000 in savings, which is rather interesting because before starting we had about 1,000, if that. I don't even think we had that much. But yes, if you were to go into the online in-game store, you can buy yourself boosters, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at this. We can simply click this one here. We'd get 24,000 ETO for a mere 900 golden premium currency. Ooh, watchdog credits. Nice. How much is 900 watchdog credits? Well, it's about £10. So there you go. Save yourself £10, exploit the game. It's perfectly balanced. Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've left my PC running for a nice little while. I've also set it up so that actually it's my mouse now that opens up the safe. Yeah, I've completely messed about with the control system just to make it so that money generation is a bit easier. Not that I think we actually need any more money, because I mean the lovely people over at Spiffco Enterprises, oh wait, sorry, no, I mean DedSec, the hacktivist organization, 100% not a front for Spiffco mega corporations. Yes, we the lovely people have managed to generate ourselves a nice comfortable 260,000 CTO. That's right, we now have 260,000 in the bank. I think this is more money than we'll ever actually be able to spend in this game. However, I'd like to hit 1 million. I'd really like to hit 1 million. Is it a good use of my time? No. Am I going to do it anyway because it's a big shiny number? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Will it also make EA upset? Probably. I think I might be the first person in the universe to achieve 1 million in Watch Dogs 3. For the sole reason that there is no reason anyone would make 1 million in Watch Dogs 3. All of the missions pay out like 700 ETO. You get more from a safe than you do from doing an actual main quest. The next main quest for me gives 790 ETO. This gives 1,000 to go. It just doesn't make sense to do the storyline, no. Some would say they're actually here to play the game to save London. Well, that's great, but has London ever saved me? No. So why would I want to save London when instead I can save my bank account? I mean, that's what I'm here for. Right, I'll be back in a bit once I've gotten closer to my goal of 1 million. I mean, we're pretty close, but we've still got quite a long way to go. Oh my god, I've done it, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently midnight, as of this moment in the recording. My fiance has gone to bed, my corgi has gone to bed, and I am sat alone in my office with about 27 empty mugs of tea around me. But if I press tab, look at that, 1,102,9044 CTO. That is more money than I will ever need. That is more money than any human or living being in this universe will ever need, and my goodness, it's great. Let's buy a drink. Let's buy a drink. There we go, we can just drink it. You drink that, man. You've deserved it. You've made 1 million. How much did that cost? It didn't even cost money. What was the point of that? What's the point of making money if drinking doesn't even cost money? My goodness. So this is the wider world. We could go inside of this fancy clothing shop. Ah, yes. Streetwear, not my kind of thing. And what's this? Abstract wear. Cool. Oh my goodness, this is it. It's the Union Jack shop where all of the items are just various Union Jacks. Oh, I mean, we can spend a lot of money here because I have a huge amount of money to waste. Let's buy that. That's great. Heck, you know, let's buy all of this. We might as well just buy this entire shop. There we go. Let's buy all of this. Oh my goodness, we can just wear some nice shorts. Oh my god, this is just incredible. Look at this. We've just become full British. I mean, it's just perfect. Look at this. We spent almost 20,000 on this incredible getup, but now we have become British man, or the Spiffing Brit. Yes, that's a completely non-copyrighted thing. Oh, we look absolutely fantastic. I mean, just isn't this just perfect and beautiful? Now, of course, we do look fantastic, but more importantly, I want to unlock the most powerful weapon in the game, also known as the massive bloody grenade launcher. So we're going to go over to a lovely tech point and steal ourselves the necessary technology in order to get a lovely and perfectly balanced grenade launcher to murder any and all innocent bystanders in our vicinity. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Here's the tech pickup thing. I mean, there might be a chance that maybe if you were to also pull off the same exploit here and crash and reload the game, you can also get infinite tech points, but something tells me there's no way the developers would allow that. I mean, that would basically just mean you could get your character to max level instantly. Although, then again, yeah, the developers probably have that in the game. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Instead of using the lovely pistol, we will instead pick up this fantastic grenade launcher. And you know what? Let's change it. Let's spend a little bit of cash making it look absolutely lovely. Get some roses on it. Oh, yes. Now, if you're being murdered by someone with a fancy artwork grenade launcher, you're going to feel a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable in your upcoming demise. Oh, look at that. Isn't this just fantastic? Who wouldn't love to be murdered by this very strange British man doing exceedingly British things? You know, let's try and murder someone with this. Oh, wow. This is great. I love this. All right, let's open up this gate and face all of these lovely gang people. Oh, this is absolutely brilliant. And it just has such a great area of effect. It does decent amounts of damage. Absolutely fantastic. 11 out of 10. Would get grenade launcher again. I suppose our other weapon is a nail gun. I don't particularly know if this nail gun is non-lethal. I imagine being hit by this probably isn't going to leave the best of impacts. Oh, look, there's an enemy. How's the enemy AI doing? Oh, there you go. Now you're woken up. Right. Are you dead? Oh, yeah, you are dead. Okay. Right. Yeah. Turns out nail gun, definitely the lethal option. Anyway, that was great fun. 11 out of 10. I strongly recommend everyone gets themselves a lovely grenade launcher. And even better, you can upgrade it. Oh my god, it's insane on vehicles. Is this a grenade launcher or an RPG? This is like, it's tiny. It's the size of a confetti cannon. Oh my goodness, this isn't fair. I thought this game was meant to be about non-lethal options. Oh goodness. It would appear things have gone devastatingly wrong. Are they going to shoot at me? Oh, they are. And I think this is probably where we're going to die. And that's okay. I'd say we've done a good job in terms of causing a nice bit of chaos. I suppose we could just leave as well. There's no reason not to. Now, lovely. We're being chased down by the policey boys, but honestly, it's not really going to change much. We can just kind of drive somewhere. I don't really know where we are. Oh, lovely. There's an interior section. I love interior sections. Excuse me, drone of death. Can you bugger off, my friend? Thank you. Now this is really what Watch Dogs is all about. It's about getting a really high-speed vehicle, messing with all of the civilians, and really disrupting the police's day by just existing. Oh, it feels great. Really does. 11 out of 10. And it feels great to do this knowing that I'm a filthy millionaire and that all of this damage that I've done doesn't matter because we're a good group that is helping society. That's right. We're good. We're the good guys. Oh my goodness. Am I actually going to be able to get away from the police? I've murdered so many people and I only got like a 3-star wanted level. That's lovely. They're really lenient apparently for a man in a costume which I would imagine is probably easy to recognize. Let me just go walk up to this local police officer who has been looking for a man who fits exactly my description. Yes, look, I'm just going to stand in front of your car. Now you've just run me over. Okay, like that's quite rude. Should probably recognize me. I just love causing chaos in this game. Like throwing people off their own motorbikes. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, I do believe this is it for our lovely character. We've made it to the bridge, but I can't really see how we're going to survive this, so it's into the water we go. And apparently that's a completely survivable drop. I mean, that's lovely. We've just yeeted ourselves off the bridge into the middle of nowhere. Oh, but don't worry, there's a ferry barge, which is great because we can have it come over and pick us up. Forwards, little tour boat. I just need you to come over here and pick me up. There we go. Good, good. Let me just jump on board. Oh, no, out, a little bit, stop, backwards, tour boat, come backwards, quick, tour boat, no, tour boat, oh no, tour boat, please, tour boat, where am I, tour boat, is this safe? This doesn't feel very safe. Oh, there we go, I made it onto the tour boat, lovely. I'm trying to get this lovely speedboat to kind of come back on round and crash into me so I can run off with it, but it just seems to be doing laps at the moment. Come on round, little speedboat, come on round. Oh wait, the boat I'm on is sinking. Oh my goodness, it just sunk me bloody boat. Right, well, if that's the case, then I'll just simply get on this lovely boat here. Oh, nope, this one's a little bit more aggressive to get on top of. It actually tries to kill you when you get in it. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the time where I'm finally going to die in this game. Nope, I just fully heal. Right, these drones are pathetic. Right, now this should kill me. Trying to punch a turret to death. Oh, and apparently I've just been arrested. Now, I don't think Alvin's been arrested. I think he's just taken 700 rounds that would pierce a tank to the chest. But, my goodness, he does look dashing in his lovely Union Jack outfit, though. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been all for today in the lovely game that is Watch Dogs Legion. If you've enjoyed watching them, feel free to give the video a like. And heck, if you want me to try and find more exploits in this game, then by all means, do give me a shout. As always, make sure to keep your cups of tea refilled. If you're a coffee drinker out there, hop on down to the comment section and plead forgiveness because I know I'm not going to forgive you, so just hope that other members of the community will for your heretical coffee drinking ways. And if you're not already, do consider subscribing because we'd absolutely love to have you in this fantastical community, which is all about drinking tea and exploiting games. Anyway, without further ado, as always, a massive thank you to each and every one of my majestic patrons who make these fantastic videos all the more possible. Seriously, thank you very much. I think the latest thing I've done with all of the Patreon funding is bought a fridge that lets me play Skyrim, because you know that's what everyone needs, really, a Skyrim fridge. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing, hopefully, seeing if I can find exploits on Skyrim when it's running on a fridge. I don't know if it's possible, but it's certainly something I'm going to try. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to watch another video, then bam, it's on screen now. You're going to love it, trust me. And heck, as always, a massive thank you to each and every one of you watching. Have an absolutely lovely day, and goodbye for now, my friends.